Alright, this one is about interracial dating. Understand something, all races are one. We all came from the same race, which is black. You take a white person and you put them in Alaska for a long time, their skin cells will get cold because their body's adapting to that cold air. That's where you get white people from. You take a black person, you send them to Africa, that heat will warm up their skin cells and turn them black. That's where you get a black person from. And the black person can make a white baby because the DNA of a black person makes every color. White person's DNA can't make every color except white. So it's pointless to be hating people, and race was only brought around for money purposes. The rich like to be rich, the rich like the poor to stay poor. That's why they created racism and separation, so people would never get along and understand that racist stuff is stupid. Racism is one thing that means a race that came first, and there's a lot of people on earth with a superiority complex, and they think that they're better than someone. I have to be better than you, you're less than me. This, that, and the other, meaning I'm better than you, you're not better than me. I'm God, you're dirt, you're nothing. But people fail to realize slavery, the same thing was happening. The white slave master's daughter was in love with the black slave, or if the slave owner was a woman, she was white, she fell in love with the black slave that was a guy. And then the slave master tricked the slave's wife into being angry at the man slave because he didn't save her from being raped, and convinced her that she was more so, how should I say, she to her husband was nothing, because if she really meant something to him, she would have saved him. But realistically, he couldn't do nothing about it, because if he wanted to do something, he'd get killed or sold. So that whole thing that people saying interracial dating is a bad thing, that stuff's been happening since slavery. Here's the thing. If you don't have a heart to do what you feel like it makes you happy to do, don't hate on someone else because they did. Only reason you hate on someone else is because they're happy and you're not. It's unfortunate, but that's what the reality is. People are jealous of other people because people stepped out on what they felt like they needed to do to make themselves happy, and that's what they did. And the people who didn't do it are jealous of them. So y'all just need to stop hating on people's life decisions and let people be happy like that. Like the LGBTQP community would not exist if people would stop breaking people's hearts, cheating on people, lying to people, and deceiving people. And if people would get to know people, if people would get to know people before they had sex with them, then they'd understand. Don't just do things out of emotion. Actually make sure you get to know the person that you're with, so that way when you have sex with them, if anything comes out of it, you know, I didn't want this in the first place, but a lot of people act more with their sexual organ and not their brain. So bad things come out of that. And yes, people that are bisexual and gay usually try to stick to one sexuality but can't, so bisexuals go to both. A lesbian would date a guy, but see, guys are not trustworthy, so they go back to women, hoping that the woman doesn't do them dirty, but it happens either way. A guy would date a woman, see that woman's not right, try to date another woman, but that woman's not right, so they try to go back to guys to see if that works out. Then, you know, people got to figure out that things down here are not always what they seem to be. So, yeah, all right, I'm out.